Hey everybody, Ron Harris here, going early. Sorry, I scheduled this for 12. For some reason, I thought it was almost 12. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there, of course. And if you're out to brunch or something with the mother of your children or your own mother, good for you. But if you're here joining me, let's talk about the Pittburgh Pro. Pittburgh Pro is an annual event held in Pittsburgh. That is home of the NPC. It's home of the IFBB Pro League. Of course, Jim Mannion, the founder of the NPC. Okay, this footage here we're looking at is from Nick's Strength and Power. Nick had a birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Nick Miller. So look at this lineup, guys. You have Hunter Labrada, Samson Dauda, Nick Walker, Derek Lunsford, Martin Fitzwater, Andrew Jack, and two of the top classic Olympia guys, Kalecinski and Ramon Dino, Ramon Queiroz Rocha. So this event, it's typically a mix of what you're going to see. Some guys are deep into the off season. Some guys are almost ready to compete. We have the New York Pro in 6 days. You're seeing Nick Walker and Martin Fitzwater there at less than 1 week out from stepping on stage. Of course, their condition is going to be a lot sharper than the condition of someone who's still got 5 months to go. But a lot of people like to see this because it gives us an early sort of sneak preview of the Mr. Olympia top finalists. And, we are missing a couple guys here. We're missing Big Ramy, who had some visa issues. Hadi Choopan, who it's never easy for Hadi to get here in the first place. So I don't think they wanted to squander their rare opportunities to get Hadi Choopan here just for guest posing. Now, this is a very prestigious guest posing. It's sort of where the guys pay their respects and tribute to Jim Mannion, who is he's the father of all this. He's basically the Joe Weider of the modern era now. He runs all these competitive leagues, the IFBB Pro League and the NPC Worldwide. And we do have some top Olympia guys up there, of course. Amongst them, Mr. Olympia himself, Derek Lunsford there in the middle in the black trunks, looking really good for off-season, gotta say, condition-wise. Let's take another couple minutes of that. So here we go. Samson has been off everything. He said that on his Instagram the other day. He's been off all gear and everything for a good 6 weeks since the Arnold UK. So he would not be expected to be, tip-top condition. He's been easing up, relaxing, letting his body rest and recover from competing in both of those Arnold Classics, the US and the UK. Andrew Jack, we haven't seen since the last Olympia. Looks like he put on some good size, as has Hunter Labrada. Hunter, we've been seeing. Hunter's been doing some guest posing, I believe, at the Emerald Cup a couple weeks ago. He's done a couple shows recently, and he's looking pretty sharp for off-season. He's put on more mass. Ramon, of course, we haven't seen since Arnold US. Looks like he's sort of let his body recovering as well. Urs maintaining pretty good condition over there on your right, posing up against Samson. So, of course, as far as seeing good condition, you're not going to see guys who have 5 months to go before they compete anywhere near contest condition, like Andrew Jack here. Andrew's not fat by any means, guys, but by bodybuilding standards, that's pretty smooth and watery. His legs look pretty sharp, though, and the separation there in the quads. But Andrew's put some good mass on as well. We're going to look at some individual posing in a minute. These guys had a lot of fun. They were always jostling around. This was a cool chance for the fans to see a couple of the top Classic Physique Olympia guys up there with the Open Mr. Olympia guys, because, of course, otherwise we never get to see them next to each other on the same stage. You could see the massive size differences between them. Urs next to Andrew Jack, who's a very large individual, but he's still got a great look to him. Again, the advantage has to go in condition to the guys who are almost ready to compete. Okay, so that is all that footage. Let's go. I want to take a look at the Gilco. Gilco footage is always the best. Let's take a look at the Gilco, though. So they have like the 4K, 5K. I don't know what it is. It's awesome footage, whatever it is. So these are two brothers, Gage Gilbert and Mitch Gilbert. They do a lot of the live streaming, a lot of the video stuff, and they are just phenomenal quality with the photos, still photos, and the video. So here's Derek Lunsford posing on the Gilco footage. As you can see, the resolution is so much crisper and clearer. It gives you a real good idea of the condition he was in. And yeah, for a guy who's got, so we're only in the beginning of May. He's not competing till mid-October. So he's got a little more than 5 months to go. He's got about over 20 weeks out at this point. So that is a great, great condition for off-season. Should be said that one of his training partners, Matt Grego, won the Classic Physique. They did have a couple pro divisions. That's why it's called the IFBB Pittsburgh Pro Championships. And he won that. He looked phenomenal, young guy. But Derek here, as far as improvements, he does look a tiny bit bigger. He didn't need to be much bigger. With a frame like his, or Hadi's, a shorter guy, there's only so much mass you can put on before things start to look distorted. And I think he's got a great look there. He's pretty much maxed out as far as the mass that I feel he needs. He doesn't have any weak body parts. His back really came up over the past few years. He always had a good back, a really good back, but now it's just phenomenal. Look at that. Look at that. His waist looks very small, even though I'm sure it's going to be a couple inches smaller by the time he diets down for the Olympia. But look at that lat spread. Yeah, that's our Mr. Olympia right there, guys. And again, this is a lot of times we've seen Olympia champs come to this show. Really not the greatest condition. This is great to see. A shot of Tyler Mannion. There's a backstage shot of the guys with a fan. I love seeing that when they take the time and, like with the special needs or a disabled person like that. Here's a great shot of Urs. Yeah, Urs is looking, wow. You can see how much sharper he looks here than what we saw in that video footage. I wouldn't be surprised if Urs is going to be competing again very soon. Someone's probably going to tell me right now what show he's going to do, and thank you if you do that, because I don't follow everyone as close as I should. There's a good shot of Nick, Derek, and Martin the Martian, our Detroit Pro champ. He's going to be going up against Nick. Nick and him are 6 days out, or at that point, they were exactly 1 week out from New York Pro. I will be there, guys. I'll be there Friday, so I'll be doing interviews with the athletes Friday night. And then Saturday, I'll be doing wrap-ups with Jose Raymond after the judging. There's actually two blocks of judging because there's 10 divisions going. So here's a good shot, a good video footage of Urs versus Ramon. So Bumstead was there, I believe, but he does not guest pose in the offseason. He takes his health very seriously. I believe he's been, from the way he looks to me, Bumstead's been off everything. He's not getting up there in trunks like that. But, I do believe he was there and paid his respects, went up to the mic at one point. I'm sure we'll see some pictures or footage of that in a second. But so these are the two contenders. Of course, you can't leave out Wesley Vissers. He's now a top name. And Terrence Ruffin, who wasn't there, but Terrence is always a threat for the Olympia title. But Ramon Dino has been runner-up. As much as people keep saying Wesley Vissers is the heir apparent and the one guy who's going to really push Bumstead this year for the win. The faithful in Brazil and around the world who are fans of Ramon have not given up on him as the guy who could take Bumstead out. He's got a nice, pretty shape to him. Okay, so here's Samson. And like I said, Samson has been off everything. He doesn't lose much size. I know it's only been 6 weeks. Doesn't lose much size. He gets a softer look. We saw him on vacation. He was enjoying himself because this guy had been dieting for a long time. He did the Olympia last October. He did a couple of post-Olympia shows, or at least he did Romania. I know that. Then he went and he prepped for Arnold USA and Arnold UK. It's a lot of prep, guys. That's a lot of dieting and cardio and all that. So he's let his body rest and recover. It's a softer look, a little bit smaller, just really not as full. I don't think he loses much size per se as it is fullness, because that's what the gear does. It really just gives the muscle a much, much fuller, harder look. But you know what? It's props to him for looking after his health and staying nice. And there we go, Nick Walker. So Nick, this is a lot of people want to see Nick because we've been seeing his own updates on Instagram. But this is Nick on stage in posing trunks. He was getting some crap for his waist. His waist doesn't look as narrow and tight here as it does on his Instagram. I'm not saying he manipulates his videos or photos. It's just that this is a stage. The stage is just so unforgiving. The lighting, everything. It's just, you can't hide a thing. He doesn't have a blocky waist at all, guys. It's just not as small and narrow as other guys were gifted with. But this is a shot that he has really brought up, that rear double bicep of his. He's been putting up those comparison shots from 2021 to now, and his back has probably doubled in thickness since then. It was actually kind of mediocre at best 3 years ago. It is a strong point now. It doesn't really have any weak points. People are talking about the legs because the upper body seems like it did get a little thicker and fuller, and the legs not so much. But those are not weak legs, guys, not by any means. Could they have better sweep to them? Yeah, for sure. I've heard people say he's got no sweep. I wouldn't say he's got no sweep to his legs. They just don't have a ton of sweep to them. What else he got? There's a nice backstage shot of the guys, the open guys. Oh, there's Ramon in the back. I guess it's not all the open. Here's Hunter. Hunter showing really good, really good. I believe he's doing, what's it say? Is he doing Tampa and Texas? Is that what he's doing? Someone says, I'm here for the triggered moments about his hat. Yeah, I don't know why he has to wear the hat. He's got a little receding hairline. It's not bad. Not bad at all. I think he looks fine without the hat, but you know what? It's Hunter's life, and he can do what he wants. He can wear a hat or not wear a hat. It's up to him and his discretion. Yeah, Hunter looks great. You can't write this guy off. He's been 4th place at the Olympia, 6th place at the Olympia. Still want to see a little more upper chest, but legs are phenomenal. Shoulders are phenomenal. Yeah, I know the back isn't the best on him, but I think he's been working hard in bringing that up. Michael Arvilla lose the hat. Oh gosh, it's funny. Yeah, he has been putting on size. He's thicker. He's definitely thicker than ever. I think they said he was a couple of weeks ago. He was almost 300 pounds. Yeah, back's nice and wide. When he hits that rear double again, yeah, he's way out from competition, so that's going to look a lot more impressive, obviously, when he's in shape. Okay, here's Andrew jacked. We haven't seen Andrew in a while. That's since the last Olympia. What's he been working on? He needed more size, which is crazy to say about a guy who was, I don't know, 275, 280 on stage, something like that. But he's tall. He's every inch of 6'2". He's got long arms and legs. It takes a little bit longer. It takes more muscle to fill out longer limbs. But when you can fill out those long limbs like that, it's a sight to behold, and he's doing it. He's been putting on some really good size. Oh, this is rude. It says all the offseason guys are better than Nick, who's competing next week. That's not true. That's not true. Yeah. I'll tell you, his chest, his arms, his shoulders, they're phenomenal. Really good quads. Let's see those hams. I just want to see a little more back and a little more hamstrings on him. Did I miss it while I was busy yapping? Probably. Yeah. Let me show me the money. That's his best shot. It looks like he doesn't hit it quite as twisted. Oh yeah, there he does. He hits it in that twisting, angled way, the front double, just like the late Sean Roden, which is something only somebody with awesome shape can pull off, and he does have awesome shape. I gotta say, some of the best pecs in the game. Some of the best pecs. Look at that tricep. And he's gonna hit a split. Always a crowd pleaser when somebody can do that. Okay. Let's see who else we got. So this is Martin Fitzwater, who just won the Detroit Pro. I think that was 3 weeks ago. And he is hoping to take out Nick Walker. He's got a smaller waist than Nick. He's got a better taper than Nick. Nick's got a lot of muscle, though. Nick has got a lot of muscle mass. This says Nick is in trouble. I don't know, man. I don't know. He's got a prettier shape, but Nick has just got an ungodly amount of mass. And I know the condition on Nick didn't look great there, but I think it's going to be a lot more apparent. I don't think Nick's going to show up at New York Pro off. He's got Matt Jansen coaching him. He's done this before. I've never seen Nick show up out of condition. I've seen him a little flatter, like at the last Arnold Classic last year. Came in a little bit flatter, but went for more condition, which wasn't a bad look. I like the fuller Nick with almost as much condition. So, yeah, Martin looking pretty damn great there. Tyler again. I don't know who that was. Just want to show you Matt Grego. This is an up-and-coming classic physique guy. He trains with Derek Lunsford. He was a men's physique pro a couple of years back. He's a young guy. I think he's only like 26, something like that. Yeah, I think that's all. I think then we're going into more of the classic guys. All right, so stop that screen. Let's get to some of your comments, questions, concerns. Can I do that at the same time as the brand? As a video? Yeah, I think I can do that. Eric did win Classic. Okay, guys, sorry about that. Sorry. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Okay. Hey, I don't get all the hype with Nick. Sure, he's huge, but that's it. Well, he doesn't have awful shape. Oh, there you see that frontal bicep. He's got a taper. He's massive, and he doesn't have, his waist could be, his midsection could be a little smaller, but it's not a big, thick midsection. It's not a bubble gut or anything like that. And, to a lot of people, freaky mass, he's sort of like that Jay Cutler type of physique, that Herculean, real powerful look. And a lot of people, they really like that. First time Big Rum had visa issues, right? Organization of Ramy, not sure if that's just an excuse. I don't know. That's a lot of people are talking smack about Ramy that, he missed this guest posing 2 years ago, and people thought he was punished for that at the Olympia, which I don't think that's the case. He just didn't look. His body was starting to rebel and show some signs of wear and tear. But I don't know. I'm not gonna accuse him of anything. Egypt is named to Gaza, correct? Because of the war, it's hard for them to get a visa. Things have changed. Some excuses valid. Yeah, there's a big war going on now, as we all know. Multiple nations are involved, even though it's basically all contained inside the borders of one nation at this time. I think did Iran get attacked too? I don't know. Nick's pale face distracting. Yeah, he didn't tan his face. He just left his face untouched and his body's nice. Is he the only one that did that? Yeah, Nick. Derek's got his face tanned because they don't spray tan your face. You have to put some other type of lotion. Urs also has a pretty pasty face. Hunter is doing Italy, which is trusty book out. So the Italy show he's talking about, that is June 28th. So wow, he's about 6 weeks out. It's looking pretty darn good for that. Regarding Nick, I'm a bit disappointed being 1 week out. I was expecting him to come sharper, better V shape, better midsection control. Yeah, I agree with you. I thought he was going to be sharper than what we're seeing now. And all I can say is he's got Matt Jensen as a coach. Matt doesn't miss very often. Neither does Nick. But, as a team, they've done very, very well together. They've won the Arnold Classic. They've won the New York Pro before. They've been third at the Olympia, second at the Arnold Classic another time. So, yeah, Italy seems too close for him to be ready. No, we said that was May. So yesterday was May 11th. He has like 5 weeks. He can do it. Yeah, Hunter's not going to be out of shape, guys. He wants that Olympia qualification. He's going over there purely to get his Olympia qualification. Andrew has something funky going on those arms and delts. The tries looked a little weird from some angle. Put that up again. I mean, he's got to get past Hadi Choopan. He's got to get past Derek. You got to get past Samson. Andrew and Nick, yeah, look great. Patty, Gold Clayar, that's the wife of the Jamaican tank Phil Clayar. Nick is in New York, and Andrew is huge. Holy smokes, yeah. I wonder what he weighs. I bet he is. I'm gonna guess 315, 320 if I had to put a number on it. And he's got small joints, so 315, 320 on him, even at 6'2". It's a lot of muscle. What happened to sound? Should be able to hear me. Can you not hear me? If you're talking about the sound in the video, I have to mute that or else my mic gets muted. Yeah, I just muted and unmuted my mic. If I leave the sound on the videos, it mutes my mic, and it's usually copyrighted music, and I get a copyright strike from YouTube anyway. You're muted, Ron. Tell me now. Someone tell me now. Now we can hear you. Okay, yeah, I was muted. I think it was when I had that last guest posing clip on. Yeah, like watch. I'll show you what I do when I put the guest posing. When I put the video clips on, like here's Samson at the Arnold. Oh, you can hear me. It didn't mute me. Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, technical difficulties because I'm not the best. The old man. Now, why do bodybuilders put their thumbs between their fingers instead of the outside index when flexing? Between their fingers. Yeah, I would put it on the outside myself, outside the index, and the first two fingers. Actually, I don't think it matters. Let me think. I think I'm thinking about martial arts. If those of you who took boxing or martial arts, when you make a fist, you're never supposed to put your thumb inside your fingers. Your thumb goes outside because if your thumb goes over your fingers, you can actually break your thumb if you punch hard enough. Let's see. I think Derek looked a little better than last year's guest posing, especially in the legs. Muscle density will just keep coming. Yeah, and it's I can't say who's going to win the O. It's so tight now. Hadi could get it back. Nick could get it. Samson could get it. Andrew jacked. Look at Andrew, guys. We're seeing a new improved Andrew. Wait till we see him in shape. Nick will peak next week. Yeah. He's too smart. I think he meant to say to not come in 100%. Winning the pro. Yeah, I mean, New York Pro's got a great lineup. I'm going to be there. Tonio Burton's going to give him trouble. Martin, Quentin Array. I'd like to see Quentin do well. But I think it's his show. it's going to be a slam dunk. That's my prediction. We'll see. Yeah, Matt would never bring him in way off. I've never seen Matt Jensen bring anybody in really off ever. So it'll be a full expo next year. Yeah, they did. There was an announcement from Tyler Mannion. They're going to do a full expo, on the par of like an Arnold Classic and Olympia, maybe, I guess. We'll see. So that's great news for the people in Pittsburgh. A lot of people go over to that show. I've never been to that show. I wanted to. Hunter will not beat Nathan in Italy. Nathan is looking awesome. We'll take a look at Nathan. Andrew is massive. Muted again. No, I'm not. I'm not muted now. Boy. Martin looks really good. Yeah. Mute again. No audio. Check. The full expo and money will be increased. It was increased yesterday. Yeah. Derek does not even look like an open bodybuilder. No arms. What? No arms. No chest. No shoulders. Wide waist. Nothing impressive. Wow. You are being brutal to Derek. Jeez. If Nick had titties, he would have beaten Nick. He would have been Nicky. Oh boy. Can we even say titties? David Mize, Ron, love your podcast, Evan Simpani. If you guys haven't seen that, it's on this channel. I just released that yesterday. I hadn't talked to Evan in a long time. It's on this channel. Please check it out. Interview I did with Evan Centopani, one of my favorite people in the industry. He just tore his quad again a couple months back, which he had already torn the other quad before. Poor guy. I feel for him, having torn my quad. And he ran for town council. We talked about all that stuff. It's on this channel. Yeah, Walker's getting a lot of crap, man, Nick, the way he looked. But I'm very, very sorry. I would bet you all good money that when we see Nick on the New York Pro stage this Saturday at 12, I think it is. That's when the open men go on. He's going to be so much better than what we just saw here. It's going to be like a transformation. Like I said, Matt Jensen does not screw around. It's Hadi's to lose. Hadi looked awesome. Hadi could get it back. I really want to see Ramy just because I love underdog stories. And right now, nobody thinks, except for some diehard Ramy fans, most people have written Ramy off saying he's never going to win the Olympia again. Even a lot of experts in the industry say he's probably never going to win the Olympia again. Imagine if he did, though. So I was hoping we would see an amazing looking Ramy show up here and just wow everybody. And then people are like, oh, maybe he can get it. And that would get another storyline because I know it's 5 months away, but it's good to have all this drama and excitement building up about the Olympia with rivalries and stories and stuff like that. As a Nick Walker fan, I was disappointed that gut and pale face, not just polished to be Mr. O. Derek seems to be, that's what you said. We're going to look at some pictures in a second, guys. Darren says, I'm getting excited to see everyone. I didn't think it could get better and bigger than last year. Oh, yeah. This is going to be a better Olympia in terms of, because now we have the fact that Hadi lost the Olympia last year, but we saw him with a certain look at this Arnold, Ohio, and Arnold, I thought it looked a little better in Ohio, and the Arnold UK that a lot of people, including me, thought probably would have beaten Derek last year because Derek basically beat him in the back shots, particularly the rear delt bicep. From the front, I think Hadi had him. Hadi's just got much more muscle maturity, detail, density, all the little fibers in these areas, especially like across the chest and the shoulders that Derek really doesn't have to that degree. So it's going to be exciting just to see those two, to see if Hadi can, look like that again and best him. But Derek's getting better too. He's a young guy. Nick Walker's going to look great. Andrew Jack is looking great. Samson, it's and Hunter. It's going to be quite a lineup. Krizo, Ursa's sharper than Nick and Martin. Yeah, it looked that way. It did look that way. Clarita was off last year. Brett Wilkin was off 22. Arnold, Matt Jensen does miss. I don't think Clarita was off last year. I was sitting right there. Brett wasn't off in condition at that Arnold. He was a little too small. They pushed for condition above all else, and he came in a little flatter looking than he should have. But the condition, I don't think Clarita was off last year. No, I would not say that. I think Keon beat him just basically on aesthetics. Clarita has more muscle per square inch, and he was in great condition. He was. Don't get it twisted. Cody Jolly. Derek still has lumps in his armpits. Andrew calling Derek out for tippy toeing forward was great. Tippy toeing. I was impressed how Urs could hang with the open guys on stage. Yeah, Ramon didn't look bad either. Hunter had the best hat. Again, I don't know why he wears the hat. He's barely lose. His hair is receding a little bit. It's nothing bad. It's not. He's not going bald. I mean, give him a few years maybe, and he can just do what I do. Go to Turkey. You can see this is filling in now. This my hair was up. My hairline was up to here. Where is it? My hairline was up to here. This is all transplanted hair now. Agree about Ramy. That'd be cool to see what your thoughts on Samson joining Oxygen Gym. I did a whole video about it on this channel a few days ago. If you haven't checked it out, on Friday, I think it was. But it's a great move for Samson. So basically, he was going to have his wife coach him anyway. It's not a matter of switching coaches. He was going to prep for the Olympia anyway. Why not go do it in a place where there's no distractions? You have trainers pushing you every day in the gym. All your meals cooked to your specifications and delivered to your apartment across the street. All he has to do is eat, sleep, train, pose, maybe answer his fans, do some video content for Hostile. And, I don't know what they're paying him, Bada Budai Oxygen Gym. I'm sure he's being paid very well. If I had to guess, who knows? I don't know. But let's say they're giving him $500,000, which I don't think is out of the question. Bada is a very wealthy man. And it's too much to his benefit and the gym's benefit to have him as part of Team Oxygen Gym Kuwait, the so-called Camel Crew. I don't think it's, out of the question to give him $500,000. Maybe he's getting more than that, but let's say he gets $500,000. Winning the Olympia is only $400,000. He's got his Hostile contract. It's just a bunch of extra money he gets everything covered. He's got his house back home, and I'm pretty sure his wife's going to stay home, take care of the house and their big dog, the Cane Corso. But he's got all his living expenses. Doesn't have to worry about any of that. Food, all covered. If there's any PEDs being used, all that's covered. And he's being paid a nice salary on top of that. I think it's a great move. Andrew looked bad. He had no muscle from the back. So some of you think Andrew looked awesome. This guy thinks he looked terrible. Granddaddy of them all. No muscle from the back, no detail. He's definitely not in any kind of shape. His legs actually look tighter, his quads. And this guy says Andrew, high testosterone, biggest muscle. I like Hadi. He's the all-time in shape. Is Brett Wilkin even still competing? Yeah, I saw him training in the Gasp videos. Who was he training with? One of the other Gasp athletes. So I don't know when he's competing again, but you can check out his Instagram, I'm sure. Even Phil thinks they robbed Ramy in Arnold 2023. He literally said Ramy smoked everyone, wasn't judged fairly. So that was the Arnold that Samson won. Nick Walker was second. Andrew was third. Ramy was fourth, and Clarita was fifth. I don't know. Do you really think Ramy looked good there? Don't get me wrong. Do you really think he deserved to beat Samson, Nick, and Andrew? I don't know, man. That's a stretch. I don't know. Just because Phil said that doesn't mean. Says, no way, Ron. Clarita was sharper 2 years ago, and go back, look at the footage. Oh, I'm not saying he hasn't been maybe in a little better condition, but he looked pretty damn great to me. Brett came in too full and ended up spilling over. Okay, I had it backwards. The only coach who literally never misses is Hani. Yeah. I mean, I can't think of any time Hani's missed. It's always there's so many factors involved in peaking these guys. Food, drugs, water, sodium, stress. There's so many factors. Diuretics, everything that can possibly go into the way they look for that little moment in time. It's very, very hard to nail it every single time with every guy. What they can do is get these people lean enough, which they do. I think all the top coaches, they get all the body fat off these people that they can get as long as the athlete's compliant and following the plan and eating and doing the cardio like they're supposed to, exactly to the T that their coach tells them to. But if they get stressed out or, they have a bad reaction to something they ate or to some PED or diuretic, I mean, there's so many unpredictable things. Nick will be ready for New York Pro. Yeah, I don't think he's going to go out looking like that in New York Pro. Andrew arms look bigger. He has peaky biceps, triceps. Arms look normal to me. He's a surprise of the show, honestly. Eric Verstreppen. Good thing everybody's prioritizing conditioning nowadays. Our lineup should be crispy to the bone. Goes to your channel. Thank you. You never disrespect anyone. Great comment. I try not to. All right, so I want to take a look at some photos from NPC News Online. It's a lot of photos, so I'm going to have to go quick. It's hundreds and hundreds of photos. So let me make sure my mic isn't muted. Okay, my mic is not muted. So there we go. There's Urs. I tell you, there's a lot of pictures. Yeah, Urs looks great. I have a hard time believing Urs isn't competing again soon. He still needs was he third? Okay, so he's already qualified. He was third last year. He doesn't need to qualify. Neither does Ramon. Top 3 qualify. I don't know what Urs is doing, but it looks like he could jump into a show in a few weeks for sure. He's very, very close to stage. These are all stills, guys. These are like hundreds and hundreds. These are all JM Mannion. JM took all these shots. Look at that at the bottom. It says there's 2,474 pictures. I'm clicking through these and making it like a little movie. That vacuum. Yeah, I know a lot of people wish they could have seen Bumstead. Wesley. Wesley's actually starting a gym tour this week with Giles. They're doing a bunch of places, a bunch of locations over in UK. And I think they're going to one other country. Forgive me, Giles, for not remembering exactly. Yeah, Ramon, considering I don't think Ramon's competing again until the Olympia, looks pretty damn good. Okay, so they're hugging and kissing and getting wolf pack. Everybody got a wolf pack bag. This was a competitor with Down syndrome, I'm guessing. I'm going to go to, where do I want to go? I think I'm going to go ahead, skip ahead. Wow, look at all these pictures, guys. Yeah, JM posted almost 2,500 pictures. Wow, that's a lot of pictures. So they must have had him as like a special performer. And is that Dave Bay? Who's that? No, that's what's his name? I know his name, guys. I just can't remember it. I'm horrible with names. I'm the worst. So good for this guy, this young man. Good. Oh, he did a capybara kind of move there. So these are individual shots. This is Martin. Yeah. So the shots of every single competitor. Guys, have any requests on who you want to see? Derek, Nick, Hadi, Simpson out of the top 5. Oh, geez. Simpson's out of the top 5. How'd that happen? So, Derek, if that's your top 3, Derek, Nick, and Hadi. I guess maybe you got Andrew. Who do you have? And who's your other person in the top 5? Derek, Nick, Hadi. Andrew, right? I'm assuming you have Andrew. I don't know. Andrew looking bad. He's in offseason. Yeah, he's got 5 months to go, guys. He's got 5 months. Actually, no, he still has to qualify. He's going to qualify. I think is he doing Texas again? Probably. He's done that. He's won that the last 2 years in a row. I don't see why he won't just go back and win that again. Yeah. Next face looks like Halloween Michael Myers. Yeah, it was white. It was white. Beastwood not a pushover next week. I think he'll expose Nick's poor shape, especially in the midsection. Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, as far as shape, structure. Oh, Quentin Uriah from Canada. Looks phenomenal. Has a very aesthetic, proportionate physique. No doubt. No doubt. What's up, Ojalim? I gotta go to some other pictures. I think I'm gonna go back to I gotta go back to some more footage from Gilbert. Yeah, we'll just leave that up. What the heck? Let's go and stop screen, present, share screen. Let's go to, let's just go to that while we're talking. Did anyone ever see AJ with Fat Like Now, even years ago, Larry Wills videos? Andrew Jacked, yeah. Honestly, I think he's 100% push for size and mass now. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen him this heavy, but the feedback he was given was that he needed more size, and he wants that Olympia title. He wants to move up. He's been 5th place. That's great, the top 5. But once you're in the top 5, you've had a taste of getting that close. He wants to get closer and closer. He wants that Mr. Olympia title. So he's doing whatever he needs to do. He's putting on the mass, like they told him. The video people, yeah, these are Gilco Productions footage we're looking at. Nick Walker trying to catch Big Lenny. No, come on now. You're being really, really harsh on Nick. He's not that bad, guys. Derek is in off-season too. He looks way more crisp than Andrew's off-season. No excuse. Well, not everybody stays as lean in the off-season. Use an extreme example. Lee Priest used to get fat at times in the off-season, like big gut, completely fat, round face. But when it came time to diet down and get in shape, he always did it. Ursa Sharp. I've been to Phoenix, Arizona. Nope. I've driven through Arizona. I've driven cross country a few times. I've driven Boston to LA. I've done that a few times back and forth years ago. But I've never been to Phoenix. It'd be silly not to go to Oxygen Gym, yeah. I agree, Darren. Like, what does Samson have to lose? Nothing. His wife's coaching him. She can do that by Zoom or FaceTime or whatever, some kind of video conferencing app. So does she really need to be there? No. I'm sure he's going to miss his home. He's going to miss his wife and his dog and his house and his McLaren and all that good stuff. But it's a rare opportunity to go over there and just have everything taken care of. Everything. Let's see who else we got. And get paid while you're doing it, right? Who wouldn't want that? They're paying you to do what you were going to do anyway. He's prepping for the Olympia. And he's going to be getting paid just to do that, just to represent Oxygen Gym. It doesn't interfere with any of the sponsorships. He's got a supplement sponsor. I think he has clothing sponsorship. And this is basically another sponsorship. Ursa pretty big next to the open guys. Derek had issues hitting the ab and thigh again. He skipped over it quickly and went into his vacuum and thigh again. I mean, ab and thigh it's probably the most uncomfortable psychologically shot to hit in the off season, because that's a shot that doesn't look great until you're pretty much in contest condition or close to it. Anyone who's in the off season, you can practice your side chest, your most muscular. Those things still look good, but once you try to show your abs, unless your abs are really in and your quads are nice separated, it's not a great shot. This guy's name was Kyle. What's up, Easy? EP0 Online Bodybuilding. EP. The guys were great. The kid with Down syndrome, they were taking lots of pics, lots of high fives. Really cool to see. Yeah, bodybuilders, for the most part, they're very accommodating with any fans, especially if they're disabled or handicapped or whatever the proper term is, special needs. These are all good guys. I have not met many jerks at all in all these years being around the top pros. I think Hunter could break in the top 5. He was 4th before, so he's been there. And he's put more mass on. It's hard to tell if his back has really improved. We really need to see him leaner. I'm very interested to see how he looks at that Italy show in 5 or 6 weeks. A lot of people impressed with Jack. Nick was underwhelming, left the door open, going whether he likes it or not. I agree. Up until last night, everyone was saying it's Nick Walker's got the New York Pro in the bag. Nobody else stands any remote chance of possibly winning. It's like a battle for 2nd and 3rd place, but I still kind of think that's what's going to happen. I don't think what we're seeing here with Nick is really representative of how he's going to look on stage. I think Matt's going to take a little bit more fat and water off of him and peak him perfectly. But even if he's 90, this is not, let's say this is 90%. If he gets into 95% of where he's going to be at the Olympia, I think that's going to be more than adequate to win the New York Pro. I think Nick just ate too much. Could just be a ruse. I don't think I don't think he was intentionally trying to trick anybody. No. Yeah, maybe he did eat too much. I know that they take these guys out and they treat them very well when they come out to Pittsburgh to guest pose. I don't know what he ate or didn't eat, but I'm saying, yeah, they do take care of them and feed them well and, make sure that they're, in a nice hotel and, they take care of the guys. So I don't know what he ate, but yeah, the midsection is not looking spectacular for sure. Nick looked better as post Olympia guest posing. He just flapped to me. He's running around underwhelming. Yeah. So I one of two things will happen. Either he's going to look pretty much like this next week in New York, and he might get beat by Tonio or Martin or Beef Stew or Quentin Araya, which it's a long shot, but hear me out. Things happen in bodybuilding. Nothing's guaranteed. Let's go to another pose. Or he's going to just sharpen up and look so much better And the midsection will be all, yeah, like right there. It doesn't look great. The midsection will be smaller and tighter. Yeah. And triceps, shoulders are funky. You sure his wife isn't out there with him? I don't know. I'm not sure. But if she goes with him to Kuwait, someone's going to have to watch their house. You know, maybe they have friends or someone. I don't know. I haven't spoken to him. I don't know what the deal is, but I know he's going to be there. That's all that really matters. She could be there and watch him in person posing, or she could watch him on Zoom, FaceTime, Skype, whatever. I don't think it's that critical. Derek was his son. Andrew eclipsed him in overall size. Total eclipse his son. Well, we had a total eclipse a couple weeks ago, right? Yeah. Nick ain't winning the O's. Physique got worse, especially midsection. We'll see next week. I'm curious. If his midsection looks like this next week, I think he might have been bloated from something he ate. I don't know. But if his midsection is not a lot tighter in a week's time in New York, I'll start to be a little more concerned. I don't think Samson's wife is the head coach at Oxygen now. No. I don't know if you're joking or not, but she's Samson's coach. I don't think she has any interest and desire. The head coach at Oxygen would have to be at Oxygen all the time. And, you know, they have a lot of athletes, dozens of athletes in open bodybuilding, 212, classic physique, men's physique. I don't think Marlene has any interest or desire to coach all those people. Former Olympia cycle, LOL. Mr. Olympia winner. Maybe off the record. It doesn't matter. It's whatever they used. Two things. Either someone's going to be appalled at how much it was, or if they say it was less, they're going to say they were lying. So I don't see the point. Plus, these are the most genetically gifted people in the world, the Mr. Olympia champs. So whatever they use doesn't matter. You can use it. You're not going to look like that. I'm not going to look like that. Let's see. Phil thinks Nick purposely didn't come in early sharp to say that for New York and surprise them all next week. Yeah, well, Patty. Well, I mean, why would he peak 100% for a guest posing? Like, let's just say possibly he might use a diuretic. I don't know. Maybe he never used them. But let's say that possibly they might employ diuretics for contest. They're not going to use them for this. That would be silly to put your body through that stress just for a guest posing. So maybe what we're seeing here is 10 pounds of water on Nick that we're not going to see on the New York stage. He's going to be dried out and much, much tighter looking. His chest was far from the best on stage. Best chest was probably Andrew jacked. That was looking pretty crazy. Should we go back to Derek? Yeah, what the heck? Urs. Yeah, Urs looks great. Now let's see. Nick doesn't try to be his best this show, just enough to win. He's got 10 pounds of water out this week. Yeah. Like I said, I agree, Soleil. I think he doesn't need to be 100% to win the New York Pro. He's not up against Hadi and Samson and Derek and Andrew. He's not competing against that level, the top 5 Olympians. He's competing against some guys who are really good. And, you know, Tonio's been 8th at the Olympia. It's not shabby at all, but it's not a Mr. Olympia champ. It's not a top 3 or 5 Olympia placer yet. I don't support, but I hate where everyone puts everyone down. We're talking 5 months before the Olympia. Give people breaks up. People on track on. Yeah, Darren. I mean, that's the thing with this show over the years. They've had even more top Olympia guys on stage at once than this on several occasions. Sometimes they've had like almost the previous year's top 10 Olympia, all 10 of them. And if half of them were qualified for the Olympia already, they typically were deep in the off season. Sometimes they'd be like way out of shape because there's no reason for them to be in shape. You're going to diet down and prep for guest posing, put your body through all that. Then you have to go back into off season and prep again. No, it doesn't make any sense. So it's kind of unfair to judge the way these guys look if they're 5 months out, if they're 20 weeks out from a competition, which typically most people have not even started prep until 16 weeks out. So they're off season. And then you have them next to some guys who are in contest shape. Nick Walker, Martin Fitzwater, and Urs looks really sharp. Samson the baby. Hope he doesn't block the oxygen if he goes backwards in the O. David's referring to the fact that Samson has blocked some people on Instagram. Milo Sarshev and Dennis James. Maybe some others. Martin's got a good chest too, yeah. Nick's condition is fine for a week out. His stomach throws off his whole look, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't know what they're going to do differently next week, but I bet you all good money he's going to look very, very different on stage next week than what we're seeing on stage, what we saw last night on stage. I think Nick is getting a bit too much hype for a big scene. He already won the New York Pro. No, because we're basically just going off his track record. I mean, if we're talking about who he's up against, where's all my papers? There's nobody up there who has ever beaten him before that he's going up against. No, that's not the right paper. He's going up against guys who aren't at that top Mr. Olympia level. So, how good does he have to beat this particular crowd of people? Oh, there's my dog making noise outside. Yeah, I think. So let's look at Quentin. Quentin's never been to Olympia. What we got? Our. Yeah, so it's Nick, Tonio, Martin, Quentin, Beef Stew, Angel Calderon Frias. He's been done very well at the 212 Olympia. He's been third place twice. No, I'm sorry, once. Justin Rodriguez never been that high. I mean, he's on paper. Nick is your winner. He's third place at the Olympia before, fifth place another time. Arnold Classic champ, New York Pro champ. On paper, he's just got the best track record. And typically, when someone's got an awesome track record, you can sort of predict how they're going to do against other people with lesser track records. But nothing is set in stone. Nothing is guaranteed in bodybuilding. Former IPB judge, people looking at Andrew's size, but he has very little muscle for his size, and that's not good. Andrew lost muscle for a lot of fat. I don't think he lost muscle. I think he's heavier. Let's take a look again. I think he's heavier than we've ever seen him before. More fat than we've ever seen him before. But, like I said, he's got plenty of time to get rid of this fat. He's got 5 months to go. I don't think he lost muscle. The only thing that concerns me with Nick is his front legs, quads. So let's prove it around so he can control his stomach. Yeah, I mean, he could have more quad sweep. That would be ideal. We'd love to see that. But we're not seeing. The only thing that matters is how you show up on the day. 100%. You can't judge the Olympia by how guys look 5 weeks out. Even 5 months. Sorry, 5 months out. Even 2 weeks out. I've seen guys go from looking sketchy and I was worried about their condition to looking phenomenal on stage. And I've seen the opposite happen where they get on stage. We just saw them on their Instagram or whatever, looking shredded and this and that. They show up either looking flat or spilled over or both. Yeah, all that matters is what they show up on stage. Got to learn to enjoy and let's judge the sport. It's fun to see them on stage. Yeah, that's what this is for. This is really for fun. The Pittsburgh. It's just a chance for the fans to see a lot of the top guys together because we don't have guest posers at every show the way we used to. That used to be a very standard thing. Even like every local regional show would have a guest poser. Most of them don't have that anymore. The Pittsburgh is a chance. Not only you get the top Olympians up there, minus a couple we would have liked to see. Martin actually held his own against Nick, better shape in 3D. Yeah, Nick has better shape. I'm sorry. Martin has better shape than Nick. Nick's just so big. Take it easy on Nick Walker. He's 3 months pregnant. I thought you were gonna be genuine, and then you went there. Oh well. Guys I think Nick carved up too much. He looked a lot more svelte just a few days ago. Yeah, I mean, we follow on his Instagram. Maybe we should go there. Maybe we should go to his Instagram. Because what he's been posing on his Instagram, he looked a lot better. I mean, the waistline. And I don't think his waist got tremendously thicker in that short amount of time. All right, so let's go. And we're talking about Nick now. Obviously, his hands are down there, but the waist looks tighter there, doesn't it? I think it did. Training stuff, legs, okay. Yeah, I mean, right there, his waist looks much better there. Granted, it's in his locker room and it's great lighting and everything, but still, his waist looked a lot thicker and blockier last night. I really think it might be a food issue. There's that shot 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out from New York Pro we were talking about. Yeah, it's good stuff, man. Let's go back to Buys and Tries. What the heck? That's a great channel. Buys and Tries Instagram page. Let's leave that up there while we finish talking. Like I said, AJ Andrew Jack was like 325, 330 there on stage. Yeah, I believe that. I believe it. He's 6'2". He's definitely a tall dude. He's got long arms and legs. I believe that weight. Nick at Pittsburgh compared to what he'll be in New York was like a bloke busting one out before going on dates. It's a good show. He takes her home after a date. A bloke busting one out. I like it. We got the same crude sense of humor. I miss the days when all shows have a guest posing, even some of the top amateurs. Those are the days. Yeah, I mean, I've talked to promoters, and they say the return isn't there anymore. People don't come out to the shows because a lot of the people come to the shows now as friends and family of particularly like the men's physique competitors and the women's bikini, figure, mainly the wellness. So those fans don't care about bodybuilders coming and guest posing. If you go to a show and it's sold out, a regional or a local show, it's typically because those are the friends and family of the female competitors. The people who would come there to see the bodybuilders, they're not the majority of the crowd anymore. They're not the majority of the people who buy the tickets. So if you pay a guest poser, let's say $1,000 or $2,000 or something, plus you got to fly him there, plus you got to pay for his hotel, plus you got to give him a couple $100 a day to eat because these guys eat a lot of food. You're not going to make that money back in ticket sales. It doesn't make sense. Even top amateur meant something. Yeah, I remember back when I was a youngster, we knew all the top amateurs, the guys who were, because it was so much harder to turn pro, and like the USA Championships, only one guy turned pro, and the North American. At those two shows, only the overall champion turned pro. None of the other weight class winners got a pro card that night. Just one guy left, North American and USA, for years with a pro card. Nationals, it was only the weight class winners. Now it's top two. It's top two at the USA now. I don't know what they do at North American. It's probably all the weight class winners. I don't know. And Jack's a large human, the next Paul Dillette. And Paul was great too. Martin might upset Nick Walker. I mean, stranger things have happened. Nothing is guaranteed. Nobody's guaranteed a win. Nobody. Got to get to some other stuff here. Yeah, I'll give Martin some. Let's leave Martin up there. Give Martin some love. What the heck? Why not? Good dude. Everyone looks better on Instagram. Why would he post on Instagram with his gut hanging out? True. But why couldn't he control his gut last night? He knows this. Everybody knows that this footage from the guest posing is going to go viral. Like, Nick Strength and Power is going to put out a video and it's going to get like 100,000 views in an hour or two, which it did, rightfully so. He does great work, Nick. Big fan of Nick's stuff. So why would you, knowing all the eyes of the entire world of bodybuilding, every fan, every expert, every judge, everyone's looking at these pictures, these videos. I don't think he would intentionally let his gut hang out. Alberto Montejo, Roden would look like Andrew off-season, the Aceto protocol. Yeah, I mean, Aceto is notorious, sounds bad. So he's, let's just say, noted for not pushing a lot of gear with these guys, not being an advocate of heavy doses, high cycle, and he likes to see the guys take time off. Chris is very concerned about the health and well-being of his clients. So I think what you're referring to with Roden was that year he showed up really, really out of shape. And that was because he was going through all kinds of stress with having been, criminally charged. And he wasn't charged until a few months later, but he knew it was going to happen. He was in a horrible place mentally, psychologically, due to what was going on with that legal matter, impending legal matter that never got resolved in his lifetime, I don't think. So that was an entirely unique situation. Rest in peace, Sean. I know it's guest posing. We need Nick to control that gut. It's a loose right before he sucks in. Keep it tight from the moment he steps on stage. Yeah. Like I said, everyone's watching that footage. Everyone's going to be paying attention. There's Hunter. Hunter looks pretty damn good. There's Andrew. I don't know, man. Those arms look awesome. I don't think, in that angle, they don't look funny at all. I think it's when triceps from the side. Samson clearly off all the gear and getting healthy. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm concerned about Nick, but I'm not concerned because I've seen him pull it together every time. Nick's never showed up out of shape remotely. Oh, there's Eric Wildberger. Let's give him credit. He was a Classic Physique Pro winner at the show. Wildberger from Brazil. Not a very Brazilian name. Ali Bilal wins a Pittburgh Pro. That guy looks great too. There's Grego. I should have showed the winner's routine. Eric's, not Matt's. Women's bikini. Oh, wow. She beat Ashley. Huh. It's kind of shocking. Talia Santero, Lisa Catero, Wolf. Huh. All right, I gotta wrap it up. I've been yapping. Okay. 30K for the guest pros to show up or more. Are you talking about how much they get paid? I don't think that's ever disclosed. Only they know. Only the athletes know. That's never made public how much they're paid to get there, to be there or not paid. I don't know. I don't know if they're paid or not. I think I've heard JM tell me they are, but for sure, everything's paid for. Their flight, their hotel, they get them meals all covered. I believe they get paid on top of that. I don't know how much. I guess he was very underwhelming. Yeah, I mean, I wish we'd seen Hadi. Obviously, visa issues, Iran. We got that whole situation over in Gaza going on, the war. Unfortunately, it's going to affect a lot of things. The people with athletes like Hadi who have nothing to do with the politics of the world and different conflicts going on. Guest pose, you're supposed to look good. Nick has no excuse. It does the odds pace pregnant. Wow. Rough. You're rough. Do you think Tony will be placed ahead of Martin, New York Pro? I don't. I'm very curious. I've never seen them next to each other. That's going to be a great call out. I bet we'll see a call out with Nick, Tonio, Martin, Stu, and Quentin. That's what I predict. That's my first call out. If I could predict what I think the first call out will be, so that's going to be a great first call out. So Dino is coming all the way out, I think. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they get paid. It's none of my damn business. Martin has O arms. Olympia. Or zero arms. I think you're saying zero arms. I don't think he has zero. I mean, they could be better. Their triceps look pretty flat. They don't have a lot of sweep. They look really good in the side tricep, but you have to have really great arms, really great triceps for them to be impressive in the front double bicep, because the biceps are flexed and the triceps are stretched. So, I mean, you're looking at someone look at Andrew Jack's triceps. Those are ridiculous. Ridiculous in a good way. Nick has good arms, really good arms too. Derek. Yeah. Lots of German, headed to Paraguay, Brazil, and Argentina after the war, hence the odd last names. Yeah, I know. I mean, I remember when my son used to take martial arts, there were 2 or 3. I think they had 3. This guy had 3 of his kids in the class that my son was in. I believe they were from Argentina, and they all had blonde hair and blue eyes, and they had a German. I think their last name was a German last name. So yeah, a lot of Germans left Germany after the war to places like Paraguay, Brazil, Argentina. Derek has pathetic arms. Oh boy, I don't know about pathetic. They're not awesome. I would not call those pathetic. I'd like to have pathetic arms like that, man. If that's pathetic. So that was buys and tries. I'm going to look at one more Instagram page because I want to give these guys credit. These guys do a tremendous job. Who is the best bodybuilder? It's a good Instagram page as well. Oh, what is this? Oh, yeah. Let's give some love to. Was he posing somewhere? Angel Calderon Frias. Yeah, this guy actually, you know what? I take it back. I'd be surprised if he wasn't in the first call out. 212 champ, but he's also done very well in the open shows. He's won a couple open shows over in Europe. Angel Calderon Frias. He could definitely be a first call out guy next week. This weekend in New York. This weekend's coming up. I'm driving out on Friday. He didn't. Who's the best bodybuilder? Oh, okay. Classic versus open. Martin looks great. Yeah, Martin looks great. Yeah, I do like Martin's shape better. Better shape to the quads. Better V taper. Nick's just huge, man. He's huge. So I don't know. So that was Derek from his Olympia win to now. Obviously, everybody looks better when they're fully dieted down, but he's not that far off. What is that? A bruise? What are they trying to show about Nick? I don't know. Not sure what the point of that picture was. That was Ramon Dino pumping up. Derek Wildberger. Okay. I think I want to go to body. One last page I want to look at because I'm trying to highlight these guys that they do such an amazing job with covering the sport. Like I'm a little lax. I don't do as much coverage of these shows like these guys do. This is Bodybuilders Without Borders. He does a great job. Okay, this has nothing to do with what we're talking about. I thought there would be more about Pittsburgh on his page this weekend, but that was Urs and Ramon posing up against each other. Okay, so I could see he didn't really do too much with Pittsburgh, so we're going to leave that. Daniel, that's his name. Stop screen. Here, check crap, man. It looked great. Yeah, I mean, it's opinion based. Everyone's got their own opinions. Two people can see the same exact physique and have completely different opinions. One might think he's the greatest physique of all time. Another one say he looks like ass, he looks like crap. It's subjective. It's a subjective sport, and people have different ideals. Some people value shape and symmetry as their highest ideal. Other people want to see mass and condition, or, everyone likes slightly different attributes. The ways of immigration centrally up to Argentina, etc. Yeah. I'm sure a lot of people got the hell out of there if they could, right? You see an X-frame when you look at Nick Walker? I don't see a dramatic X-frame like on a Quint Beast would, no. I do see an X-frame. He has wide shoulders and back. Doesn't have a narrow waist, but there's a taper. And, the quads, they come out. It's not a great X shape or X-frame. It's not. You got me there. That's where other people do have them, is that X-frame. They have better quad sweep and a more of a narrow waist, which gives you the better V. So, yeah, that's a better X, right? Nick is going to win with that. I think you meant to say he's not going to win with that gut. You don't win anymore with a gut. The fans and judges made that clear. Well, let's see if he still has that gut on stage in New York. Let's see. Michael Choopan's and triceps don't look legit. Maybe it's just a shape, but they bother me every time I look at them. I want to see if I can find the shots of Andrew. Like I said, NPC News Online. JM took so many pictures. Okay, here we go. I got it. Okay. All right. So, gosh, I keep saying I'm going to stop, but I keep showing you more stuff. So let's look at Andrew's photos from JM Mannion. This is on NPC News Online. Check out all the pictures. They gave you a lot of free pictures, so kind of hard to tell from that shot. Oop. I think it'll be most apparent if there's anything weird with his triceps. We'll see it in the side tricep shot. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, they're huge. Do you see any points to them? Any pointy shapes? I'm not seeing it right now. I don't know if he puts stuff in his arms or not. I have no idea. You don't either. I mean, unless it's crazy obvious, it's hard to tell. But he's always had great arms. Always. Yeah, I mean, maybe is this what you're talking about? Maybe a little bit. I don't know. It's possible, but I have no idea. I'm not accusing him of anything. So don't twist my words, guy, and say, Ron Harris said Andrew Jack puts shit in his triceps. I didn't say that. I guess I just did say it, but I was being sarcastic. I was supposedly quoting a troll. It's a lot of pictures JM takes. Good Lord. Yeah, Andrew with the split. Yeah, anyway, let's go. Oh, I'm getting way behind. Same here goes for Samson arms. Soft, fluffy, no separate. Well, he's off season. He's off all gear. He's off his diet. Samson, the way he looked a few weeks ago, was a very different Samson. Yeah, that's Samson, man. He looks great when he's in shape. And this is, Samson in contest shape, not Samson who's been off gear and off his diet for 6 weeks. Fluffy. Nick has vastly improved his lat spread compared last night to 2023 Olympia. I think his back is getting better and better in general. But yeah, he's getting wider. He's getting thicker back. It's a strong point on him now. I already answered that. And his chest looks swollen after a pin. His arms are atrophying. Atrophying? You think his arms look smaller? Arms like a spider leg. Jeez. Ramy, would you want to look like Nick if you want to choose physique? No, I'd look like Bumstead if I could choose a physique, or a Flex Wheel or something like that. Someone with awesome shape. Would I rather look like Nick than look like me? Sure. I'd love to have that physique. A ton more muscle and better shape than I have. I see a fridge when I see the fans turn on people so fast. However, Cutler midsection is blocky as hell. It's only, yeah, I mean, for years, people said Cutler's never going to win the Olympia. He's blocky, ugly physique. They said he looked like a refrigerator. He won the Olympia. Guys are obviously people talk about guts. Shake my head. Exactly. They're 5 months out from a show. Cut them some slack. Andrew's calves look more suspicious to me. Where was that? We'll take that away. Let's hide that. Let's see if we can see his. Let's go back and see if back to Andrew's. Present. I gotta stop the screen. Present. God, I keep saying I'm going to stop the video, and I keep going back. I just want to see what you're saying about his calves. Did he hit any back shots in this routine? I don't know if he did. I don't think he did. Did he? Because his back was, his back is very smooth right now. Oh yeah, there we go. His calves look very full. I don't know. Suspicious. They're pretty big. I don't know if he's shooting them or not, but they look pretty good. They're very round and full. Oh boy. Let's go back to the comments. Oh, I gotta wrap this up. Okay, here we go. Derek is maxed out. How do you get the Olympia back this year? Saludos to you. And Mexico. I've been there many times. Cancun, Acapulco, Tijuana, Ensenada. Yeah, I've been to Ensenada. Yep. Arms from the side. Yeah, I saw what you mean with Andrew's arms from the side. Look like a little bit of an angular shape to them. I don't know. Is your pro going to be on the internet? Will they have a live stream like the other shows? Yeah. So let me do this. I'm going to add a banner. It is www.yourpro. Okay. So if you go to this ny-pro.com, I think it's $19.99 now. If you wait, that's a pre-sale. If you wait until later this week, it's probably going to be $25 or $30. So that's where you can get the stream. It's going to be a stream. It's not free, but they do have a stream. I believe Gilco will be on scene. It's going to be great quality. So newyork-pro.com or bevfrancis.com, either one will take you there. I got to get rid of that. And go back to the comments. We're almost done. Okay, this will be the last one. I think Derek's maxed out. How do I feel? I'll be back out. That was it. Alberto Mateo, Andrew's calves look just fine. He's got thick shins, support the size. Yeah, he's a big dude. All right, guys. Gosh, I've been doing this a while. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to put up an episode of Ask Dr. T tomorrow. Please check that out. Get your notification bells on so you know when we're putting out videos. I got to do the subscribe, like, and share thing. Yeah, that's what I want you to do. Stop screen. I want you to subscribe. How do I do it? Where's my finger? Subscribe. It's backwards. Like, share, and ring that notification bell so you know when we put out new videos on this channel. Jen Geraci helps me out with this channel quite a bit. Doing an episode with Giles tomorrow that'll air probably Tuesday or Wednesday. It's going to be New York Pro. He's also going to talk about Samson and what Samson's doing with his coaching situation and going to Kuwait. Giles has been following Samson from his amateur days, so he's very much in tune with Samson Dauda and his career trajectory. So please check that out. A lot of good stuff on this channel. I put out some cool new videos over the past few days. My Forgotten Mass Monsters series. I got 3 of those up right now. I'm going to keep doing that. There's so many guys from the past that were just monsters. I got Evan Senapani Ron line that's up. Please check that out. All kinds of good stuff. And that's it, guys. It's Mother's Day. If you're a mom, God bless you. Enjoy your day. If you're someone who has a baby mama or a mother of your children, hope you're treating them well today and recognizing all that they do for your children and, very important role in their lives, obviously. I'm getting off on a tangent. So thank you guys so much. Appreciate you watching. Please join me here on the next one that we do. And that's it. For Ron Harris Muscle Channel, out.